Welcome back to another episode of Vintage Survival with myself, Heavy Metal Gaming. We are off to do some baling, assuming I can find my way to the 3 fields that I have contracts for. As you can see there in the upper right, we do have a weeding contract going on with our other tractor. The mower, while I was doing setup, was very fast at getting field 21 here baled, so that's done already. Looks like our first field, well, first because it'll be the first I come to. No, I better do field 16 first because it has the shortest timer. I'm using a mod that kind of randomizes the time available to do a contract. So 16 is going to be down here on our left, and I grabbed all 3 contracts. Field 30 was the one I was really interested in, but I grabbed all 3 because they're like all clustered together right here. As you can see, these are straw baling contracts. None of them are for any kind of grass product. And we can't see. We hardly ever go this route. Let's do this today. Alright, so we want to lower the baler, turn on the baler, and drive forward. Beautiful. Field 16 here shouldn't take much. Now, I did buy a weeder because we didn't have one. That ate into our funds by $6.5 grand, which is not a big deal. Beautiful. You know, I really wish I had one of these Olivers in real life. But what do you do? To get one that's already in running condition would be expensive. And I don't have room for a project that will just sit. Without me being able to work on it. Honestly, I don't have room for a project at all. Lady Metal's already ready to kill me. Due to the number of projects sitting in the backyard. And the fact that we live in a city where that's kind of frowned upon. I mean, all cities, it's kind of frowned upon pretty much. And first bailout. Or not. There we go. Automatic drop was not turned on. Alrighty. I am going to continue these contracts. You guys will be watching on time lapse as usual. And I will have to change the weeder at some point, so I am going to keep the HUD turned on for the moment till it's time to pardon me, switch him over to the sowing contract. Beautiful. Might as well just finish this field out with you guys watching. And as discussed in the previous episode, we are going to be putting up the cow pen today. Alright, so that didn't take very long. We just need to jump over to field 25 next, as that is the next most time sensitive. I don't even see the windrows. They're there. Kind of. This one's gonna have to be done outside a cab in this high view so that I can see the rows. Ooh, yeah. Alrighty. I'll see you guys in a little bit. That was fun. I was so close to being done with field 30 when the weeding contract was finished that I just left it. I didn't bother to switch over. It's not even 9 a.m. yet game time, so hopefully it'll be fine. Now, of course, the trick here is that I want over to my field. Is there a cut through in these woods? There is. Let's get that facing the correct way. And we will just go straight into this job. After. That is a heck of a field of corn there. So I'm thinking that before we send this guy off to seed, I should probably fertilize my own field. I seem to have broken course play somehow. I'm gonna try reloading the game, see if that fixes things. I'll be right back. We're back, and that seemed to fix things, because a course just generated. I can hit start job, and he's off. So I already know what caused the issue and how to fix it. It is the lime contracts mod. The lime contracts were not working. No lime was being applied to the field. So, yeah. Very frustrating. Are you gonna go somewhere, dude? Hey, you gonna work? You need me to throw you around? Oh, come on. Seriously, dude. Oh, one of those dealies. Alright, so we need to be on here, and then hit nearest waypoint, and he'll take off again. It's just an issue with the latest version of Courseplay, generating turns that are too tight. Do I have Pathfinder turned off? No, I have it turned on, so I don't know why. I don't know why. I just know that that's what happens. And wow, that was fast. So if we go in here and go to our soil composition, ignore this little strip. That was a screw up on my part the first time around. So that won't get double fertilized, but that's alright. That was fast. Okay, so that lets us come over here. Our fuel tank isn't working either. It has fuel in it, and it will not work. And it's mildly annoying. Alright. There's our cedar. And we're going to put him down there on 2. What is the 2 is wheat, which is what we're already on because it's what we planted. I am hoping to upgrade our cedar in this episode as well. In fact, now's as good a time as any, right? Beautiful. So while he's driving, I will go here, show categories, cedars. So these two look identical, but this one holds way more, especially since it seems to have an unrealistic capacity. Several unrealistic capacities. But that's okay. That's not what we're going for. We want our 21x7 International 510. Comes in both semi-mounted and trailed versions. Oh, I want that, or do I want the 5100? I don't know why these are duplicated. I must have the mod in there twice somehow. Oh, different sizes, different widths. That's it. Okay, we can always add the side attachers later. I don't think we will use them in this series. I want the older style cream hubs. Yeah, we'll go for the lighter red. Change type. We'll buy this. And I took a little bit too long. Oh, that's gonna be... Oh, that might be fun getting that out of here. Some of this is pretty tight. Boy, we didn't get much for that, did we? Now, are we going to be able to... Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. It's like I know I've driven this through there before. What the heck? I think we went too wide on this. And I don't believe it's going to fit. Nope. Well, that's rather unfortunate. We're going to have to swap it. So let's... You didn't see any of this. Superman does not exist. I'm not gonna ask. By the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask at all why we got more money back than we bought it for. That's dealer mistake right there. I don't think we actually did. I think because of the changes, yeah, we took a loss. Wasn't much of a loss, but a loss is still a loss. Now, is this one gonna fit? How wide was the old one? 3.6, and it barely fit. Come on, baby. Pull it through that fence. Can I hide that fence? There we go. That's how we'll take care of this. Man, this hail is just ridiculous. Alright, I'll see you guys down there. Alrighty, we're down here. I accidentally hit the wrong key there. Let's not do that. So what do we want? We want, I think, 4 headlands. Start working the center. Oh, that's beautiful. And I need to abort right here. I need to do a hard abort. We do not want to pick that up. What we want instead is to boogie woogie right back. Oh good, the hail has stopped. Boogie woogie right back to our farm. Grab our forage wagon. We want to put this in our pit. Vivant silage. Speaking of silage, we are also scrapping our deal with the BGA. They decided they didn't want to honor the alternative arrangement because it wasn't going to make them anywhere near as much money rather, and so they wanted to keep getting half, and I wanted to switch to the other arrangement, which would have actually ended up being less, as we figured out from our first harvest off of that. And so now we just no, they don't want to honor their half of the deal. We won't honor our half. We'll just end the deal. Technically, we had a contract that they are in violation of, but I just don't care. Oh, I just noticed it says baling, field 30, only 99% complete. Guess I will run down there and pick up whatever's on the ground with the forage wagon. It's a weird way that they do it, where it's based off of what you pick up. That's my track right there. Alrighty, I'll be back with you guys on the next time lapse while we are forage harvesting our field. schnapps. I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, what's going on there? And yes, I'm still finishing this, even though the contract expired. I didn't realize it was such a short one, or I'd have done it, faster. But I'm still doing it so that that's what ends up in the field. How are we doing over here on this pit? And I don't know why he seems to be stuck on one side. Compacting, 70%. Alright. So we have our, I believe, whiskey. Or, sorry, potato schnapps. I believe it's potato schnapps. There we go. Potato schnapps. We have that plus the big old potato harvester. This thing is a monstrosity. And it's worth quite a lot of money. And we're not going to be doing potatoes again for a while. So my thought was, when we're ready to do potatoes again, wow! Well, okay, it's not as bad as the previous truck, but don't go too fast. At least with this, I can keep my foot on the accelerator with it depressed partway and have a reasonable speed. Anyway, as I was saying, it's worth quite a bit, and it's a single row, and when we come to be ready to, where am I going? Harvest potatoes again, we can buy a multi-row unit. Well, this is entertaining. Hooked on the fence. And I almost had it too. What the heck? That was weird. It wouldn't come off even though I was steering away from it. Alright. So we're gonna sell the old potato harvester and our liquor. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount. And that leaves us in a much better position moving forward than we would have been otherwise. Alright, so let's see what this is going to get us. Seriously? Beautiful. I think we can grab the lime bags while we're here. I think these will load on. And I can buy 2 more bags, it looks like. I want fertilizer. That's 500. 600. 500. There's 1,000. It's the best deal. We'll get 2 bags of that. Ooh. Yeah, I'm quite liking this pickup. Ah. Shift I, there we go, and then... Okay, I can't take them both. Alright, well, I'll take this. We don't really need the lime right now. And we're off to our farm. I didn't tag that place. Did I? Harvest income. Oh, it sold a little bit of my seeds. Or, sorry, fertilizer. That's not very nice. They're strapped down. They're not supposed to sell while strapped. Or are they not both strapped? They're both strapped. Alright. Send him back. Check on everybody else. Alright. Good enough. Didn't get completed, but we don't care. It is time to put down that cow pen. Animals. So this is what I want to use because these don't allow milk. No milk. And crazy expensive. Now, I'm not worried about the 7 either because we will be customizing the fence and not caring about that. I don't see any extra options on this, and I didn't think there was any, so yes, we want to customize the fence. Ah, come on. What do you mean not enough money? That clicked. Oh, crap. Delete last segment. Delete last segment. Delete last segment. Alright, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for watching. As always, we will see you on the next one, where we will hopefully actually be successful in putting down a cow barn. We just didn't have the money for it in this episode. Oh well. Again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one.